Yep.
Hi, Scott Orlin with CINEMA-Magazin, Guardians of the Galaxy. One of the Guardians of the Galaxy is right here, the character of Drax, David Bautista. David, can you talk a little bit about coming into the Marvel Universe? I mean, for so many people, the incarnations of the comic books, and now the transition to the big screen. How has it been for you?
It's been it's weird, man, because we just started on the press for it this week, and it's been a little overwhelming. You know, it's been because it's just starting to hit me like how big this really is, and it started. You know, we flew over to Singapore, and you fly halfway around the world, and you get off, and people are just, I mean, hundreds and hundreds of people so excited about this film before it's even been released. It's, you know, really start to get a glimpse of how big it's actually going to be. You know, it's crazy.
Now, a lot of times actors in movies clamor, "Oh my God, with all the wardrobe that I get to wear." You don't get to wear a lot of wardrobe. I don't think you wear a shirt in the entire movie.
No.
So how disconcerting was that? I mean, was it strange when everybody else is kind of dressed around you and you're in these red, when you see the movie, you'll understand.
And no, it's weird. You know, the funny thing is, you know, because I never felt like, you know, I was never concerned about wardrobe because I went through the makeup process. And oddly enough, because a lot of the prosthetics that were glued on me, it really felt like I had a shirt on. But there is a part, and I love that about Drax, because they don't never really say why he doesn't. He has disliking for shirts, but he obviously does. And there's a part where they make reference into the movie where he's handed this new costume, and he's got the jacket, and he's got the pants, and he's looking at him, and he just throws the jacket away. You realize he doesn't like shirts.
Now you have Chris Pratt, Zoe Saldana as co-stars in this movie, but you also have a tree and a raccoon.
Right.
Can you talk a little bit about how disconcerting that was at times? Because obviously they're not on set with you while you're making the movie.
Right. Well, it was really cool though. But we had, for example, doing the stand-in for Rocket Raccoon was Sean Gunn, who's James' brother, who was very much into character. So it really wasn't as challenging as you think, because he was there and he was Rocket Raccoon. He was totally sucked into this character, and he was, you know, he's a very tall guy, but you know, when he was Rocket Raccoon, he'd just go down in his little hunched up ball and he'd get into character, and it was great. And that's what, like, one of the things that made it very easy. Sometimes we had eye lines, and sometimes we had even a stuffed animal that we looked at, but a lot of times it was just Sean, which was allowing us to really, you know, stay in character and have someone to interact with, because it's so much easier performing that way rather than having to use your imagination and pretend like someone was there and just talking to empty space, where you actually have someone to bounce off and play with. Because a lot of this movie was that. It was a lot of improv and a lot of bouncing off people.
You said the word performing. I mean, for a lot of people, you're going to see you performing in the Guardians of the Galaxy, but you also performed in a previous incarnation. You were a professional wrestler. And I understand you went to Germany. What do you remember about your German experience? What was that like? He's laughing. Uh-oh.
It was great, but it was weird, and it was one of the things we always poke fun of. It's like when we went to Germany, like usually, you know, on television, on WWE, you had your good guys and your bad guys. For some reason, it seemed like every time we went to Germany, they would root for the bad guys. So we always kind of looked forward to it, because we always had to, you know, twist things up, and kind of, it was one of those things where, you know, a lot of times you really have to feed off the audience. You know, that's why I think a lot of people, they think that wrestling is choreographed. But a lot of times we depend on the audience's reaction, and it was always a challenge when we went to Germany, because we were never quite sure how they were going to react.
Did you learn any German?
No, guten Tagen, good morgen.
Okay, congratulations on the movie again. Terrific.
Yeah,
really
thank you.
appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
And this is Scott Orlin. Until next time.
What?